had a big football, and he's reduced it almost to the size of a baseball. That's one of the reasons why he can flip it around, throw some of those passes down the field that other quarterbacks in the league can't do.
They're going to go back to the ground attack, and this is Napoleon Kaufman, a pickup of about 3. Well, now, if you change your grip, if he changes it that way, does it cause him any loss of control at any time?
Well, no, it hasn't. He said he's always thrown that way, and I've tried it because it is so unique. Nobody in the league does it except Jeff George. I've tried it, and honestly, I can't throw it 20 yards that way. I can only throw it 30 with a normal grip, but it is so hard. But it's something he learned as a young kid, and it served him well, and it really is the reason why he can drop back and be going backwards and still flick it down the field 40 yards.
2nd and 7, and the pitch coming around is Napoleon Kaufman. Kaufman knocked out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line. Everybody we talk to is in awe of Jeff George's arm. And in fact, we have one coach tell us, of maybe the 10 greatest passes I've ever seen, 8 of them were probably thrown by Jeff George.
It was Mike Shanahan. Now look, he's coaching John Elway. Wouldn't you think John Elway's throwing some spectacular throws out there? But he is, all the quarterbacks around the league, they call him the highlight film because, again, a couple weeks ago against the New York Giants, running backwards toward 40 yards in the end zone for a touchdown.
3rd and a yard for a first down. And Harvey Williams around the left side has it out to about the 47, close to the 48. That's an Oakland first down. Fred Strickland with the tackle.
Good example of what a fullback can do for you. John Ritchie, the Cowboys pressure the line of scrimmage. He just throws his head and his body in there, makes the block, and lets Harvey Williams go outside. Watch the block. John Ritchie just goes in there, boom, hits, just stops the defense just enough so Harvey Williams can react, get outside, and get the first down.
10 minutes to play. First half, clock running. George throws in and out of the hands of Tim Brown.
Greg, that was a play there, and John Gruden, and you talk about Jeff George. I know the ball hit Tim Brown's hands. He's wide open, a quarterback in the National Football League. You've got to drop back. You've got to set your feet, and go forward. See, he's going backwards as he throws the ball. Now, it looks pretty, but it's still high. Should have been into the chest. Should have been a much easier catch for Tim Brown.
2nd and 10. Doesn't find running room on the right side. Gets about a yard. And for an NFL Today report, once again, to New York, Jim Nantz.
Greg and Phil, the Chiefs come back to answer the Eagles. Donnell Bennett coming in from a yard out. 7-7, 12 minutes to go before halftime. Back to Dallas.
All right, Jim, thanks. 3rd and 9 now, and another passing situation for George and the Raiders.
Well, that's the reason, one of the reasons why they want to run the ball so much. Keep the 3rd downs, hopefully 7 and under. That way the quarterback can get rid of the football a little quicker.
George steps up in the pocket, has time over the middle, finds his man, complete for a first down. Ricky Dudley, the tight end, to pick up with 12.
There he is. Ricky Dudley down the field making a catch. Jeff George dropping back, just flicking it underneath. Good throw, good route by Ricky Dudley, and everybody in Oakland they're always asking, where is Ricky Dudley? When is he going to be part of the offense? Good job of stepping up. Sidearm delivery right into the stomach of Ricky Dudley. Look at that throw. Around the offensive lineman and defensive lineman, but still right on target that time.
Coming up on 8.5 to play here in the first half, and the Raiders on the move again. Kaufman, or make it Harvey Williams.
Number 22.
Pickup of 9 on the play.
I'll never forget what Tony Pacelli down in Jacksonville, their offensive tackle, said about running the football. He says, when you start running the football consistently against the defense, it takes the legs out of the defensive linemen because it takes so much more effort for them to stand in there and really fight to hold their ground. And when you start running it, do that, you tire them out, and of course it hurts their pass rushing too.
2nd and short, Harvey Williams doesn't get there. 56, Randall Godfrey. 55, Fred Strickland combined for a 2-yard loss on the play. So that brings the Raiders to a 3rd and 3. And the clock continues to run with 7.5 to play in the first half. Play number 10 on this drive.
3rd and 3, the Raiders. A lot of options when you're in these situations. You can still run it.
George going to throw for it. Out of the backfield, incomplete, intended for Harvey Williams. Dexter Coakley was there on defense.
Well, even if Harvey Williams catches the football, there's nowhere to go. Jeff George doesn't really look down the field at all to give the play time to develop. Tim Brown, the inside receiver, he was in the middle. He was open. Jeff George a little too quick on the decision.
So Greg Davis, who made a 30-yard field goal earlier, will now try one from 48. It's long enough, but it's not straight enough. That stops the clock with 7:05 to play here in the first half, and Chan Gailey of the Dallas Cowboys says we're still tied.
CBS is sponsored by Oldsmobile, Bud Light, and by KFC.
Coming up at halftime, we'll be sending you to our New York studio for the NFL Today on CBS. Jim, Marcus, Brent, and George getting you caught up on all the action from this 4th weekend of the '98 NFL season, and a preview of next week's big AFC East matchup between the undefeated Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. That's coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report. Loss of 2 on the play. Emmitt Smith stopped by Pat Swilling.
Well, it was a fake reverse by the Cowboys. The Raiders said, we don't care. They blew up the middle of the offensive line, and they all met in the backfield and made the tackle. Darrell Russell, Russell Maryland.
Oakland Raiders have had things their own way as far as time possession and controlling the football.
Well, they wanted to slow the game down. They've accomplished that so far.
Garrett throws near side, has his man complete and out of bounds to Billy Davis. 11-yard pickup on the play.
Good anticipation by Jason Garrett. Gets back. He knows it's single coverage on the outside. Before the receiver he makes the cut, the ball's in the air. Billy Davis in front of Charles Woodson, and those are plays you've seen 100 times, hundreds of times when Troy Aikman was the quarterback for the Cowboys.
3rd and 1. Darrell Johnston, who does not appear to have reached the first down.
Well, it didn't look like from here he got it. Now looking at the mark, it could be just a little bit short. We don't want you to call it. You're 0 for 2 for the year.
On the contrary, I was 1 for 1.
Really?
Till I missed a couple. And we're going to have a measurement.
I think the big thing here is if you're Chan Gailey, he's over there thinking already, if this is a little bit short of the first down, he's going to go over and get a bird's eye view of it. What do? Do you go for it on 4th down? I'd go for it.
I'd like that call.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good offensive line. I mean, you'd have to think 2 times in a row, either quarterback sneak it.
He's that short of a first down.
Of course, if he was in Pittsburgh, where he was last year, it's automatic. Cordell on a quarterback sneak, run the option, all these little things he could do.
The bus.
Well, the bus, that's right.
In the backfield.
Now he's got the Princeton flash, Jason Garrett.
Dallas has gone for it on 4th down 3 times this season and has made it twice.
I think these calls for the coach, you got to really, I would think he would hand it off instead of letting Jason Garrett run the quarterback sneak.
Johnson and Smith in the backfield. Garrett going to keep it, trying the right side, and appears to have made the first down.
Jason Garrett on the 10.
Well, he goes with the safest play of all, and it's really a good job by the Dallas Cowboys, the right side. Everett McIver and Eric Williams driving their guys off the football, letting Jason Garrett just push the pile forward.
That is a Dallas first down.
Just watch the offensive line of the Cowboys. They get down low because you know the defense is going to try to go underneath you. And Eric Williams, Real good push, moving the pile. Jason Garrett just kind of gets in behind him and falls forward.
Emmett Smith pulling Eric Turner off. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Smith, left side, running room, across the 45, down to the 43-yard line before Turner makes the tackle, a pickup of 8 on the play. Once again, providing shots from 1,000 feet above Texas Stadium is the Bud One Airship Budweiser, official sponsor of the National Football League.
Second down, 2.
Nate Newton.
Number 61.
Boy, look at him. It's hard to recognize him. Slim. Well,
by Nate standards.
if you want to call 320 or so slim, but it is for Nate.
So Newton will be looked at on the sideline. Clock restarts again. We're coming up on 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Lots of movement up and down the field, but just a field goal each side so far. Cowboys, 2nd and 2. Smith pulled down in the backfield by Darrell Russell. That's a loss of 5 on the play. I talked about talking with Darrell Russell yesterday. He's an intense young man.
Well, he has a lot of fun, and you can just see the athletic ability. I mean, Greg, you even said, and he walked in the room, wow, he's big. And of course he is, but what really sets him apart is how well he moves. You could see at that time, we talked about offensive linemen. It's going to be hard to block this guy, and making a lot of plays, and he's an impact player for the defensive line of the Oakland Raiders.
He spent most of his time telling us how he dunks the basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
Deion Sanders in on 3rd and 7 as a wide receiver. Out of the backfield pass completed to Ernie Mills, but that will be short of first down yardage. Marquise Walker there to help with the stop. And so on 4th down, Toby Goen will come in off the Raider bench or the Cowboy bench to kick it away.
Back deep for Oakland, number 80, Desmond Howard.
So Desmond Howard is back at his own 10-yard line. Howard, fair catch at the 14. The clock is stopped. We are under 3 minutes to play for the first half in a 3-3 tie. Raiders have the football, first down from their own 15. And George, under the gun, gets it away. Complete to Tim Brown. Pickup of maybe a yard.
Well, that looked almost like there was some miscommunication by the Raiders, because everybody was coming in there so fast, and Jeff George doing a good job of just getting rid of the ball and not taking the sack. You know, John Gruden said to us yesterday about Jeff George, sometimes one of the best plays you can make is just getting rid of the football and throwing it away, not taking that sack for your team in a tough situation.
They'll stay on the ground as Hoffman dashes outside and out of bounds, enough for a first down.
Napoleon Kaufman, he couldn't make his mind up what to do. He took it outside, he decided to go back inside, and then this tells you how much speed he has. Watching as he follows up the field. Steve Wisniewski, good job of staying in front of Dexter Coakley. Went inside, breaks it back out, has the speed, picks up the first down.
You know, we talk about those defensive linemen for the Cowboys. Everybody has something to say about Steve Wisniewski.
Yeah, well, he plays to the whistle blows, and maybe a second or two after.
Speaking of the whistle blows for the 2-minute warning. Just prior to the snap, the clock stops with 2 minutes to play here in the first half at Texas Stadium. The Raiders and the Cowboys knotted at 3.
Greg, I like what the Raiders are doing today. We talked about slowing it down, running the football, showing patience, no turnovers, and no bad penalties so far.
George, hit from behind. Greg Ellis. First sack of the day for the Cowboys, 20th sack of the year on Jeff George.
Look, really good job by the Raiders offensive line and backs. They pick up the blitz. Jeff George steps up. Plenty of time to look at it. Jeff, you got to get rid of the football. Good hustle by Greg Ellis, getting around and making a sack just on the hustle.
Loss of 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground with Kaufman on the right side. And the clock continues to move. Under a minute and a half to play in the first half.
And that's why you keep it on the ground. You make the Cowboys call a timeout.
And the clock now stopped on the field. 1:22 to play, first half. Time report, which is a minute 24 away. And the Raiders with 3rd and 12 from their own 25. George down the sideline. Complete. James Jett for the touchdown. 75 yards.
That's right. Got to smile. Sometimes you got to get a break. The Oakland Raiders, they feel like a lot of things have been going against them. Some of the calls, some of the breaks in the game. Well, they get a big one here. James Jett, good job by Jeff George. It's one-on-one. He just lets it fly down the sideline. Kevin Smith in perfect position. The ball bounces up. James Jett takes advantage of it.
You know, the concern for the Cowboys was Kevin Smith's speed against James Jett's speed. He was with him step to step and just didn't get the bounce.
You're right, Greg. And in good position, turns and looks for the ball.
The point after is good. A minute 14 to play in the first half. And Jeff George says that's a little of what we've been looking for this season.
Greg, we were saying before we went to commercial, you're the quarterback, you're the Raiders, you don't apologize. You know, it's a touchdown. Nobody cares. It scores. You're down 10-3 or you're up 10-3 if you're the Raiders. So you got to take these breaks. It's a big one for the Raiders, and the big thing is now, can you take advantage of it and create situations for your team to widen the lead even more?
And as you mentioned during the break, the first time we can think of today that Jeff George has thrown the football down the field.
Well, it just tells you everything they're doing. Dallas forced him to throw it down the field at time because nobody else had a chance of getting open, but really conservative by the Raiders, and it's worked. Usually conservative games, I've played in a lot of them myself. That means you're going to get late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter of a tight, low-scoring game. Then who can make the play to win it?
Kevin Mathis, Jeff Ogden deep for the Cowboys. This will be Mathis at the 8. Running room. 40 across the 45, and the Cowboys will have good field position in these last 67 seconds here in the first half. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Well, let's take a look at it. James Jett down the right sideline. The ball goes up off the back of Kevin Smith. James Jett alertly stays with it, sees it pop up, and makes the catch. And John Gruden, boy, that makes it, hey, had a rough week. They lost the game. His wife had a little accident last week.
His wife, Cindy, broke her foot at home. We want to send our best wishes off to her.
So he's like he said, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the most comfortable week he's enjoyed.
And a timeout is called on the field now by the Oakland Raiders. Total yards here in the first half. Boy, the Raiders have just piled them up. And we were talking about it just before that touchdown pass. You said, are you surprised by this score? I thought it was a little bit surprising, particularly the way the Raiders have moved the ball up and down the field so far today.
Well, yeah, they're moving it in the middle of the field, but when it comes down to making plays, that's when they're having the problem. The same with the Cowboys. I'm not surprised at the pace of the game for the Cowboys. Jason Garrett's in there. They want to kind of keep it under control. They want the Raiders to make the mistake, then take it like they did against the Giants on Monday night.
Let's go downstairs to Armin Katayan. Armin.
You know, Greg, John Gruden comes from the football family. It's like all in the family. His father, Jim, is a regional scout for the 49ers. His brother, Jay, was the head coach of the Orlando team, the Predators, that won the Arena Football League. Gruden's gone a step further. He's hired a lot of assistant coaches that come from football families. It's paying off for him. Back to you.
All right, Armin. Yeah, we asked the coach if he gets a little advice on coaching from the family. He goes here and there. First down. Dallas. Garrett from the shotgun. Screen. And pulled down in the backfield is Chris Warren. Pat Swilling making the play, the veteran in his 12th season out of Georgia Tech.
Dallas in a 2-minute offense. They don't have to hurry. 51 seconds. Still 2 timeouts. Can do just about anything you want.
2nd and 12. Garrett with time to the near side. Incomplete. Intended for Billy Davis. And that stops the clock with 41 seconds to play. There's injured quarterback Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman hoping to come back in a couple weeks when they play the Carolina Panthers. I think he said in October 11th, and that's rushing a little. You know, I watched him throw the football at practice on Friday. His left shoulder hurts. You know why I know he's not feeling real well? His ball actually wobbled. It was a little flutter in it. I said, boy, Troy must be feeling bad for him to throw something that's not a perfect spiral.
3rd and 12 for Dallas. Garrett with time, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for tight end Eric Bjornsson. And Swilling again in on the play, this time applying the pressure to Garrett in the backfield.
Yeah, Pat Swilling and Chuck Osborne, both of them getting a good push on the big offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys, making Jason Garrett throw the ball in certain spots of the field that he really doesn't want to.
And now might Jeff George and the Raiders be flirting with the possibility of yet another score before halftime. Desmond Howard deep, hoping to get a decent return. Howard from his 8 and hits the deck at about the 12 or 13 yard line after the 47-yard punt, and here comes Jeff George.
And to answer your question, Greg, no. Come out 26 seconds to go. Things have really gone your way in the first half. Just sit down on the ball, go in at halftime, and make your adjustments.
Don't really remember asking you, but
well, you kind of threw it out there. I figured you were talking to me.
So the Raiders will look to go into the locker room with a 7-point lead at halftime, which is 26 seconds away. And they will. This will be protect the football on 1 snap and call it a half. A couple of field goals had it tight until a few moments ago. 75-yard touchdown pass, Jeff George to James Jett. And that's the difference in the football game so far.
Well, last week against the Broncos.
Cowboys to receive the second half kickoff. Kevin Mathis and Jeff Osmond are deep. And this will be Mathis on the run. Out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And that's where the Cowboys will put it in play. That's a 16-yard return. Let's go downstairs to Armin Katayan. Armin.
You know, Greg, I just talked to John Gruden just a few moments ago, and he said things are going just perfect right now, right according to plan. We're running the ball the way I want us to run it, and it's setting up the pass. As far as the Cowboys, they're not saying much. Right now, it's just a lot of silence on that sideline. Back to you.
All right, Armin.
Hey, Armin, it's cool up here in the booth. We got fans on us, man. Feels good. How are you doing?
Sims has a cruel streak in him. First down, Cowboys from their own 27-yard line. And Emmitt Smith has nowhere to go on the right side.
Darrell Russell up the field, forcing the play. Emmitt Smith, like you said, Greg, has nowhere to go. When you watch Darrell Russell play, you can see this guy is quickly going to become one of the dominant defensive linemen in the National Football League. Number 96 just going to fight right up the field. Just beats Everett McIver to the punch, gets up there. No chance for the offensive lineman to seal him off on a play like that.
2nd and 13. Garrett, quick drop over the middle, in and out of the hands of Billy Davis.
Well, those are those chances you look for if you're an offense. The Dallas Cowboys, the Raiders come up. They try to pressure the quarterback. Jason Garrett, nobody outside. Look at the blitz coming up inside. Good pickup. Time for him to throw it. Greg Beaker gets there too late. And look at that pass to Billy Davis. It is perfect, and he drops it.
And now Deion Sanders in on 3rd down as a receiver. Chris Warren in the backfield.
I'm in the middle. You stretch.
3rd and 13. Deion to the bottom of your screen. Over the middle, Warren, 30. Across the 35, first down yardage for the Cowboys.
Well, I've seen some soft defenses, and a lot of people used to get so upset when they'd watch games, but this is almost a prevent. Look, 2 guys on the outside. Look at the middle of the field. Nobody's in there. Jason Garrett says, well, I'm not going to try to throw it outside. He sees Chris Warren sneak out, drop it to him. 15 yards later, we got a first down.
Cowboys now up to their own 39. Davis in motion. The give is Emmitt Smith up the middle. Running room across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. 7-yard pickup on the play. You know, we were talking with Michael Irvin yesterday, and he took Emmitt Smith aside and said, don't talk to these guys who say you're done, because there are only a handful of guys who really know whether you're done or not. One of them is named Walter Payton. The other one is named Jim Brown. He says, if these guys aren't talking to you and saying you're done, don't believe it.
Well, I think a lot of the Cowboys really get upset about the criticism Emmitt Smith is taking, because they know they got 3 Super Bowl rings on their fingers, and he's a big part of all 3 of them.
Emmitt Smith again across midfield. First down, Dallas. And Eckert with the tackle.
And Greg, put yourself in Emmitt Smith's shoes. I mean, basically, ever since he's been in the league, he comes down here as the first-round draft pick. Jimmy Johnson brings him in. He's had nothing but success and nothing but good words said about him, all those things. And now the tide has turned. The team is not as good. He's gotten a little older, a step slower. So the criticism has come like all of a sudden and very hard.
12 carries, 35 yards. First down now at the Oakland 48. Garrett. And Larry Allen appeared to have moved before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 73, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
6'3", 325.
And a guy you don't hear a lot about, Larry Allen up on top against Lance Johnstone, who is a speed rusher, very quick. He knows it. Just rocks back a little bit. Larry Allen, next to Tony Boselli, probably in most people's eyes are in the league, the 2 top linemen in the National Football League.
Second Dallas penalty of the day. First and 15 now from their own 47. Garrett, far side, has his man, Michael Irvin, complete and out of bounds, and it appears to be enough for a first down.
Well, to throw the football down the field, a couple things got to happen. You hope your receiver can get open, but the other big thing is you pick up the blitz. Watch Daryl Johnston step up inside, just kills the blitzer. Jason Garrett has all day to throw it. And no matter, even if you're a backup quarterback in the National Football League, if you get time and you have space around you, you're going to be an accurate thrower.
And Michael Irvin still looking for his first touchdown catch of the season.
Oh. And he was telling us, you don't think my teammates are letting me know it, are you, that I have not gotten a touchdown reception. Billy Davis, they're always working on him in practice, trying to get him to make sure he doesn't drop passes, which we saw one today. And he says, Billy, how many balls did you drop today in practice? And he goes, none, just like the number of touchdown catches you got, Michael. So.
Garrett will throw. Near side, incomplete, intended for Davis. Now, that sideline pass has been a staple of the Dallas offense for years, but it's a different story when Jason Garrett throws it compared to when Troy Aikman throws it.
Well, that's right. Well, you know, it's a different story for most quarterbacks when they throw it compared to Troy Aikman. And Troy Aikman might be one of the best that's ever played when it comes to throwing the ball out to the sidelines and down the field. Most quarterbacks, most offenses, you're just scared to do it because the results can be disastrous and the quarterback doesn't have the talent to do it.
Second and 10 for the Cowboys. Garrett this side again, complete to Davis this time, and he is brought down at about the 33-yard line. It looks to be about a 6-yard pickup.
Boy, just a really good hit by Eric Turner, the free safety for the Raiders, and he gave us a little hint yesterday. We were talking to him. He says, if Jason Garrett turns right, I'm running right. I believe what I see with the quarterback. Jason Garrett hadn't had a lot of starts in the league, so when he looks somewhere, he knows it. He runs over there and tries to break the play up or get the big hit, which he did that past time.
Eric Turner had a 94-yard return for a touchdown last week against Buddy Bristol. and the Denver Broncos. 10.5 to play, third quarter. Garrett under the gun and goes down back at the 40-41 yard line. Albert Lewis on the blitz made the sack. Albert Lewis, a long-time cornerback who's doing well at the safety position.
Now he's a safety playing in the middle of the field.